Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
We start with a breaking news alert. The North Dakota Department of Health has announced 11 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the state and 1 new death. The patient who died was a woman in her 80s from McHenry County. That county is close to Minot. She had underlying health issues and got the illness through community spread, meaning the cause of the infection is unknown. Of the 11 new cases, 4 of them are from Cass County and 2 are from Grand Forks County. In total, there are now 109 confirmed COVID-19 cases in the state and 2 deaths. The Department of Health will release updated numbers again this afternoon. In Minnesota, the state is reporting a total of 576 positive cases, up from 503 just yesterday. Another person has died from the illness, bringing the state total to 10, with 56 people in the hospital right now. Clay, Wilkin, Ottertail, Monoman, Beltrami, and Clearwater are just some of the counties reporting positive cases. Well, new for you at noon, a Jamestown teenager is dead after being hit by a pickup. Jamestown police took the call just before midnight last night, saying that a child was hit by the vehicle. When they arrived on the scene, they found a 16-year-old girl pinned under a 1999 GMC pickup. They attempted to help the girl, but she wasn't breathing and didn't have a pulse. She was declared dead on the scene after they lifted the vehicle off of her. The release also indicated that another 16-year-old girl was driving the pickup at the time of the crash. At this point, no further details are being released, and the crash remains under investigation. The city of Grand Forks is preparing for the spring flood fight. Crews have closed the entrance to Riverside Park at 1st Street North and are installing a flood wall on 1st Street as well. This comes as the city of Grand Forks prepares for the Red River to hit 42.8 feet on April 5th, according to the National Weather Service. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green now for the latest.
Good afternoon. Conditions are looking to be a nice, bright and sunny day today after what was a foggy start to our morning. And speaking of Grand Forks, looking at the Red River from the East Grand Forks side, there's a Sorley Bridge there. Not much to show right now. The river is rising, but not out of its banks at this point in time. But we're keeping an eye on the Northern Valley. And in the Southern Valley, we're keeping an eye on things too. Rivers have been rising. I want to point out the DOT cam from Highway 13 in the Morton area in the southern end of the valley. And that's because we've got water in the ditches there. That's just one example of what we're dealing with here in the Southern Valley. There are other places where we're seeing that standing water as it's working its way through the system. And we've had some fog. That's lifting now. Grand Forks still struggling to get rid of it, though we just saw that blue sky in East Grand Forks. The airport going to be reporting a better visibility report, I imagine, not too long from now. That's kept our temperatures down. We're only at 31 in Grand Forks. In contrast, we saw that fog clear out earlier in Fargo. We're now at 45, and some of us already hitting 50 degrees. So it's a beautiful afternoon. We've got some great weather for hanging out in the backyard, maybe going for a walk here today, looking at temperatures getting into the mid-50s, maybe more than that since some of us are already there. We'll take a look at that and those river levels too coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds great. Thanks, Lisa. Well, Fargo police are asking for help finding a missing woman. Police say 32-year-old Marcy Treadwell is 5'5", 140 pounds, has blue eyes and brown hair. Her picture is on your screen right now. If you have any information on where she is, you're urged to call dispatch at 701-451-7660. The average price for a gallon of regular gasoline in North Dakota fell 10 cents in the past week at $1.86. Today's statewide average is 15 cents below the national average. According to AAA, 92% of gas stations in North Dakota are selling gas for less than $2. Nearly 1/4 of stations have a price below $1.75. 1 year ago, the statewide average was $2.59. Well, the new dates for the Tokyo Olympics were announced today. Yoshiro Mori, the head of the Tokyo Organizing Committee, said the games will begin July 23rd of next year and will run until August 8th. The coronavirus forced the delay last week, the first in the history of the modern Olympics. Postponing the games is a huge financial blow for Japan. The country had invested $13 billion in the run-up to the games. Mori also announced the dates for the Paralympic Games, August 24th to September 5th. 2021. Hospitals around the world are struggling to keep up with COVID-19, with many resources needed to fight the virus in short supply. Researchers in England say they found a way to make ventilators faster than ever before. CBS's Gwen Baumgartner has more from London.
Okay, Andrew, here's the pneumatic It may not look like much, but British doctors say this simple machine could help solve the world's ventilator shortage amid the coronavirus pandemic. Engineers at the University of Oxford say they assembled a prototype in less than 2 hours and successfully tested it on a medical dummy.
We have gone back to basics. We've gone back to probably the state of ventilators 10 or 15 years ago.
Its no-frills design uses just a resuscitation bag, a few valves, and an electrical circuit, and costs about $100 to make.
It's simple, but it will keep people alive.
COVID-19 is a respiratory virus, so many of the severe cases require a ventilator. But supplies are scarce, with U.S. and U.K. hospitals admitting to a shortage.
I mean, to be honest, there isn't a country in the world that has the stocks of ventilators that needed when you have a pandemic like this.
You ready to intubate? Yeah. Okay.
The straightforward design of the device eliminates the need for complex parts, allowing it to be made quickly and in big numbers to deal with Britain's expected surge in coronavirus cases.
This is something you can knock together in a weekend. Mass producing it will be dead simple.
Researchers say more than 5,000 machines could be created every week. The UK currently has just 8,000 ventilators across the entire country.
Shall I put the compressed air in?
Engineers hope to soon get government approval so they can start breathing new life into struggling hospitals. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, London.
Already, 2 British hospitals have requested a prototype ventilator to start testing on coronavirus patients. Well, in our consumer alert this afternoon, the Transportation Security Administration says its agents only checked 184,000 passengers Saturday. That's the lowest number of passengers checked in at least 10 years. 1 year ago, on the same day, the TSA screened 2.1 million passengers. With the coronavirus prompting many states to issue stay-at-home orders, a lot of flights are nearly empty. And because of that, airlines are floating the idea of consolidating routes. Under the terms of the $50 billion bailout package passed last week, airlines must maintain payrolls and flights. But airlines say a lot of their routes overlap, and most flights are running near empty. They say it would make more sense to temporarily consolidate 3 or 4 competing flights to one. Executives with U.S. airlines are expected to meet with leaders of the Transportation Department this week to discuss the state of the industry. Well, coming up at noon, some groups in the United States have been preparing for a pandemic for years. We go inside a community built for survivalists. But next, weather to plan your day.